Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here with Brandy and Sky, and we're going to demonstrate all the obedience commands she's learned here at school. But first we're going to introduce the training equipment. Brandy's got a standard 6-foot web training leash, and you'll notice she keeps the bulk of that leash folded neatly in her right hand, which leaves her left hand free to make a correction. And the only correction we give here at school is a little tug and release on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment. Now, as you'll notice, Skyy is seated very nicely at Brandy's left, which is where all the obedience training starts and stops. And the first command we're going to demonstrate is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, always on your left, and the command is Skyy heel. Now we'll always say if you control the dog's head, you control the dog's body. And you'll notice that Brandy speeds up, slows down. It's Skyy's job to adjust to your pace. So no dragging you down the street. And whenever Brandy stops, Skyy's been trained to automatically sit and wait for the next command. Now her shoulder blades are nice and even with Brandy's left leg. Again, if you stop, Skyy should automatically sit. Nice automatic sit. Now the next command we're going to demonstrate is the sit stay. The sit stay is a hand and a voice command. You want to have Skyy hold this stay for 30 seconds to a minute, and then working up to eventually 3 minutes. If it takes you a week or a couple weeks or longer to get to that 3-minute mark, that's okay, but you slowly want to increase the time and the distance. So if you're working indoors or if you're working in a fenced-in area, eventually you can drop the leash, go 10, 15, even 20 feet away. We always practice with our dogs multiple times a day, but you want to keep your training sessions at home relatively short. 15 minutes or so is long enough. Brandy gives her that stay command one more time. And then instead of returning back to her dog this time, she's going to call her. And this is the come command. Now it's Skyy's job to come all the way back to you and sit. If she doesn't sit, a little correction on the leash and a no and a sit. I'm going to show you that sit stay one more time. Again, have her hold this. When you call her out of that, use your leash as a guide if you have to. You want her to come right back to you and sit.
Oh, so good.
Very good. You want to make these exercises fun for her so you can hear Brandy praising her. Nice automatic sit. Now the next set of commands we're going to show you is the down from heel position. So with your left open palm, push it towards the ground, and the one-word firm command to down and to stay. Now with your down stay, they can last a little longer than a sit stay. Start off at 1 to 2 minutes, working up to 5 minutes. And the same thing applies. You can gradually increase that distance between you and Skyy if you're in a fenced-in area or indoors. And you walk all the way around her. The reason why we do that, it's an added distraction when you get behind her. You want to stop at heel position, and then she's ready for another command and they take off heeling again. Nice automatic sit. Again, the down and the stay command. She's getting all nice and cozy, stretching all the way out. Brandy's going to call her out of that, and it's her job to come back to you. You have to use that leash as a guide. Use that leash. If she doesn't sit, it's that little tiny correction and a no and a sit. It's a good way to teach her to come back to you when called, and it's also a good way to teach her that when she does greet somebody or approach somebody to sit and not jump up on them. Again, we always tell our clients the more you practice with your dog once they come home, the better they're going to be. Practice, practice, practice. And then the very last command we're going to show you is what we call a distance down. So start off at say 3 or 4 feet away from her. You're going to use your right hand and the one-word firm command to down. And again, you can have her start off at 4 or 5 feet, working to 6, 8, 10 feet. If you're not comfortable with dropping the leash, you can buy a longer training leash, which can be anywhere from 15 to 20 feet or longer, so that way you can increase your distance, but you don't have to be concerned that she can get away from you. So we want to thank you so much for trusting us with Skyy. She's done a really great job. We look forward to seeing you, and have a wonderful weekend and happy holidays. Take care.